Hey everyone, welcome to Thoughts of Treasures. My name's Connie and this is my craft room. Welcome in. If you guys are new, let me start by saying please be sure to hit that follow button or subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I put out. I usually put about 4 out per week, sometimes less, sometimes more, it just depends on the week, and you don't want to miss out on any of them. If you are into crafting as much as I am, you are right here in the right place. So with that being said, we are going to be doing this kit tonight. This is our Meet Me Under the Mistletoe sign, and I'm going to do it kind of, just not very Christmassy colored, but we're going to make it more neutral, and we're going to basically do black and white. Come on, let's just keep it, where it can fit any decor at any time. So with that being said, I am going to show you about my kits, tell you a little bit about my kits. I do cut my own kits. I do have a laser machine, so if you want to order something like this, you can just simply type in the word mistletoe and I can get you the information. I have live sales every other Sunday. That's where I do most of my sales. I do have a website, however, thoughtsoftreasures.com, that will show you a lot of different things that I have. It's more of a blog instead of a purchasing site. So please keep that in mind, where you'll see the project. You click on the project, then you can see the actual video. Most of them take you to YouTube now, but I'm on Facebook most of the time too. With that being said, I'm gonna dive right in and I'm gonna show you how to do this. My kits come the combination of 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch. This is the 1/8 inch. This is not masked. We're gonna put these things to the side. I'm gonna grab some tape first. I usually do this with all of my kits, just to keep all of the pieces in order and keep the colors together. I don't know, find that tape. Where it is. Keep, because some of these pieces now, these are kind of nice because these letters are all together. Sometimes when you do signs like this, each little letter is individual. These are not. So this is a good kit. And you have to put them all together like that. So, oh my gosh, please. That's too many now. But it's okay. It's fun to do. So all of these pieces, I'm going to be doing white. We're just going to do simply black and white. I know some of you may be going, that's not Christmas. It's okay. We're gonna do it to make it look very nice. And then my last two pieces here, I'm not going to worry about mistletoe at the moment. This is going to be green, and this is going to be red, our little berries. But putting it on the tape, bam, we got it all nice and neat. All right, I'm not going to worry about this. This is a nice big piece. Please be mindful though, with these pieces, yes, they're 1/8 inch. That's pretty sturdy. It's not going to break, but you got to remember, pieces like here, it's only connected right there. It's only connected there. So you're going to have very thin spots, and if you do, it's going to break immediately. So just try to be mindful of that when you're either putting them on tape or picking it up off the floor or anything like that. Now, with my 1/4 inch, at the current time, my laser that I use does need to be masked. Otherwise, it just becomes very icky, like you can just see on the edges. So just to protect the wood, we put a masking on it, and then we cut, and we try to peel it up. It's really not that hard. It's just because of this way it's rounded and cornered, and it's got a nice little scallopy thing going on. But once you get it up, I'm just using a little picker. You can use your nail. It's not that hard. It's just sticky tape, and it comes right out. So we're just going to throw that away. And I did peel a piece off the back. I don't mask the back. However, when when the board is, you have to wrap it around. You can't just lay it on the front. You do get a piece on the back. So I am going to start off, like I said, black and white, with just a tad bit of color. So this should be a quick sign. Do I have one open? I have a brand new bottle here. Didn't even know I had that there. Whoops. I'm just going to use some basic black. This is apple barrel. Does not matter what kind of paint you use. If you have a preference, that's fine. I just buy whatever I have whenever I have it. We're going to do the back black and the front black, just to, like I said, we're just going to make this nice and just, not really an old-fashioned Christmas. What am I trying to say? Just, you can do it whatever color you want. I'm just trying to think more like a, oh, I'm lost for words. Yikes. I got nothing. It might come to me in about an hour, but for right now, we're just painting it black. I'm just thinking in my head, just more of just a, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. I've got it here in my head, but I just can't tell you. Maybe you can tell me in the comments what I'm thinking. Maybe you all can come up with the word when you see the end product and go, oh, that's more like blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a word how I want to describe it, but it can't. So anyway, we're just going to do black and white with just a little bit of color just to keep it that nice little, yeah, that thing. So anyway, let me change the subject so I can stop thinking of the word. If you guys are new, please remember to hit that subscribe button just because I want you to make sure you don't miss out on any of the kits that I do. I do other projects on here also. We are currently doing Christmas in July. This probably is the last kit that I'm going to do for July because it will be, well, it's the 31st when you guys are, this is being put up, so this is the last kit for July. We're going to start fall here soon. Yikes, I'm kind of scared. You kind of see the season's just going. But for the entire month of July, I did do Christmas kits. If you want to check out any of the ones that I've done, you can simply go to thoughtsandtreasures.com. You can click on all of the projects. In each project, it'll show you what it looks like. And then you can click on it, and if you want to watch the video, you can watch the entire video. I would much appreciate if you did that, because any watch time is good time for me. Like I said, the videos do take you to YouTube. You do not have to have a YouTube account in order to watch a video on YouTube. So please don't go, oh my gosh, I can't watch that because it's on. No, don't think that. If you do get an account, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm slowly growing over there. We just currently kind of really took it more serious. And, well, you know, you just take one day at a time. None of this is fast process, so if anybody does think that, it's not. It's a very long process and lots of work. So, but I currently sell wood kits, tumblers. I'm trying to think what else do I sell. Rice papers, digital papers, decoupaging papers. All this stuff is in my live sales that I have every other Sunday. Or coming up here in September, it might be a little bit different. But if you want to see the schedule, you can see that also on my website, and you can also see it on my Facebook page. I give you the exact schedule. I have everything up for August. Do I have September? No, I don't have September. I'm going to be switching that out here shortly so that September is in. So I'm going to do August, September, October. And then, you know, once I get to October, then I'll switch it up again. So I usually do every other Sunday, and it's going to be based on holidays, vacations, and such. But the month of August, I do have 3 because there is just, it's just how it works out. But September is only going to be 1, so. And then October, probably the way things are looking, might be 1 also. But we shall see. Maybe I'll throw something else in there. We don't know, but if I change anything out. But if you want to be notified, the best place to do it, I do have a Facebook channel. I also have Telegram, so you can be notified when I do upload anything, or, you know, it changes the exact link and everything. And I try to put filler stuff in here while I'm painting because this is just painting. I do try to do, and I don't really think I'm going to do anything on this one, but I do try to do different techniques, or different, not techniques, let's just not call it that. Man, maybe it is techniques. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm lost for words tonight. Just do different styles. Lord, better just stop talking. Maybe I should make this a silent show. Just gonna, it's okay. Just to let you guys know, if you are new to me, yes, I do these videos recorded. They are pre-recorded, but I do not edit them at all. So if I mess up, you get to see it. If I flubber, you get to see it. You get to hear it. It's for the sole purpose of using the videos to put in different places. So, and that's the only way to use them. And I just think I feel it works out nicer than doing it. I just started doing that this year. And there's other reasons why, but you know, for the most part, Facebook has made some changes. That's where I've gone live many times. For many years. I've actually had my page open for 4 years now, and just starting this past, February maybe, I've been doing it this way, and I really like how it's working. Again, is everybody happy about it? Absolutely not. Can I make everybody happy? I wish I could. I really wish I could. But we just make things go as we do. When social media plays right, I'll play right. Alright, let me get this dry. I'm going to do our white. Like I said, there's not many colors. No, I have paint all over my fingers. Hold on. And I'm going to stick this over to the side. And we're just going to use some white. And again, I'm just going to use some apple barrel white. Like I said, I mean, I feel there's a difference between like folk art and apple barrel. Folk art to me is a lot thicker. But if I'm not at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever, you know, I'm at Walmart, I'm just going to pick something up. It's sure, it's about the price, but it's also, I don't feel that there's a difference or the quality is going to be any different. The only paint that I've never tried is from the Dollar Tree. I've never tried that paint. I've heard some good things about it and some bad things, but different colors. I guess it's all depends on the color you use. Have you all used the paint from the Dollar Tree? I'm going to let that go. Let me know. And I'm going to wipe this up and get all this black off of there. I do have a silicone mat down, so it makes it easier for cleanup. But I like to get all this down and off before I start the next color. I am going to actually just use a little, I think I got these from Temu. I don't know. They might be some kind of blush thingy. I don't know. I got no makeup. I got no makeup skills, so we're just going to go with not me. But before I do that, I'm going to do the frame. And I can't do the frame with a sponge brush. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So I'm going to be careful. I don't want to get the white on the inside or the outside. So I'm not putting as much paint on this, and we're just going to, that's the key. If you want to paint all the black edges, that's fine. I actually like that, and I want to keep that. So I'm just going to put some on, take some off. And we might have to put 2-3 coats. I always find that 2 works best, but sometimes you just need 3. I'm not going to rustic this up. We're just going to keep this. Again, I can't think of the word. I don't know what word I want to use for it. Definitely not traditional. Black and white is not traditional for Christmas. Just more, oh gosh. That's gonna, I'll be sleeping tonight when I think of it. Oh gosh, if you guys can think of a nice word for it, please let me know. When you see the final product at the end, you're going to understand. Right now, you're probably not feeling where I'm going with it, but maybe farmhousey would be a good word. More laid back, more, I don't know. I got nothing. I better stop talking about it. Oh, Lordy. I'm probably gonna get hate comments. That's okay. Just remember, I love you. If you want to say something mean, that's fine. It's all good. God. It won't be the first, and it won't be the last. So, no matter, I don't care what you use, you're always going to feel like you didn't even paint it after you dry. And that's okay. That's why I said sometimes with white you might need to use 2-3 coats. Sometimes 2 works. Sometimes it doesn't. And I am putting just a little bit on at a time, only because I don't want to get it over to the side. Now you can wipe that up and you can fix it, but don't do it and you won't have to worry about that. Alright, get this on and give it a nice dry. And looks like I'm going to need a 3rd coat. I absolutely love to do any kind of sign, shelf sitter. I just like all the wood kits. They're fun. Signs have always been my go-to. I do a lot of Cricut. When I first started, I did a lot of Cricut signs. Like, that was just my thing that I did with the Cricut. I made sign after sign after sign. They started out as gifts. They started and then customers, and you know, from there on I just made so many different signs and loved every bit of it. So now with the laser machine, the laser cutter, making wood signs is just so much fun to me. But I have grown into, you know, ornaments and wood kits and, not wood kits, I meant to say wood, the sitters. They're just, to me, is so much fun to make. I love painting. Am I a painter? Absolutely not. I'm not an artist in any way, shape, or form. I always feel that there's a difference. You may not think so, but my opinion is I think an artist or painter has lots of mad, amazing, awesome painting skills. And, you know, you've talked to them, they say, well, anybody can do it. No. No, that's not true. I think those people should be respected for their skill that they have, because they're just amazing to watch. But I'm just a crafter who likes to paint, and yeah, will I try different techniques? Absolutely. Will they all work? Absolutely not. But crafting is supposed to be fun, and that's what I want to make it. Alright, let's get this dry. I think that should be good. And I think what I might do is bring this frame on and let it set up while we're painting the letters. I think I'm just going to And look, I'm still on the whole, what I think I'll go with farmhouse. We're getting the farmhousey kind of look. Let's just go with it. I think that's probably the best way to describe this. My foot is stuck. I'm going to, let me close up before I break the door. These are just going to be little clamps from the Dollar Tree. If you guys have never picked these up, grab yourself some. I picked up a whole bunch throughout the years, and we have a whole little bag full because you never know when you're going to need them all. All right. I'm actually going to take my little sanding sponge. Again, Dollar Tree, rough side, soft side. I always have to feel to make sure I'm not sanding this at all. But there's a rough texture from the paint, so I'm just going to go over it to get it smooth so that the wood adheres better to something flat than it does to bumpy. I mean, that's just common sense, right? Makes sense to me. I am now going to, oh gosh, I hope I have enough glue tonight. This is it's getting empty, but it's still full. We are just going to use the wood glue from the Dollar Tree, wood glue, super glue. And yes, I may put a lot more than I need on here, but with frames like this and the bigger piece that it is, I like to put extra on. If it clumps off, it's fine. I mean, if it oozes out the side, it's fine. I can wipe that off. I don't want to put it in the holes. I usually don't use this much glue, but like I said, I wanted to make sure that it oozes. So the point of what I'm doing is putting a glob on, and I want it to ooze in and out. Ooze. That doesn't sound very pretty. And yes, I use all of the correct crafting terminology. When I get in place, I'm just going to, I like to do it so you're flat on something, so make sure it's flat because you want to make sure this all gets nice and squished together and flush. Make sure, the important thing, make sure it is flush. Sometimes they go on nice, sometimes they might just have a little bit of a bend to them, and then they're going to fight you to the end. And I'm just going to put a clamp on here. And you can see I got some glue here. Don't worry about it if it's just a little bit, because it will dry clear. I just don't want all of it just lumped there like that. And I'm going to put one up here. Put one here. And one on this end. And I'm going to set this off to the side and we can paint the rest of it. Oh, it just looks like a little chalkboard. Alright. Now for the rest of this, I'm going to use this little pouncer. So we're doing all of this. Everything's going to be black and white. All of our letters are going to be white. The only thing that I'm not doing white is going to be the greenery here and the berries. So I'm just going to dab on. I'm not going to put a lot on because I don't want it to go over the sides. I'm just doing the top. I like this. It's a pain in the butt to clean out, but I like this a lot better than your little, and I do use them all the time too, the makeup squares, the triangles, not squares, triangles. I just think it's so much easier and more controllable. But I will tell you, it's much easier to cut off the triangles than just to wash these out. I mean, it can be done. It's just these little suckers suck up some good paint. You're sitting there for days. No, it's really not that bad. They can be a little tricky though. But remember, just a little bit of paint at a time. If you go overboard, then it's going to go over the sides. So I actually had fun. Like I said, this is going to be my last project for Christmas in July. I usually do not do that. This is the first year in the 4 years my page has been open that I've actually spent the entire month doing Christmas projects. They are all wood kit related. Did I? Yeah, all of them were wood kits. Between ornaments, signs, shelf sitters, everything is, and I still have more to go. Way more kits that I have that I'm going to be doing for, you know, once September hits and more closer to the holiday season. But this is, like I said, this is the first year that I've spent doing Christmas in July, and I actually enjoyed it. It was fun. I mean, who doesn't love Christmas? I think Christmas is probably the biggest holiday we decorate for, that we all go out for. You know, we decorate our houses from top to bottom. Not everybody, but that is probably the biggest one that people decorate for. There's so much fun things, gifts giving, you know, craft parties, just so many more things that we do during the Christmas season. And I really think we ought to do that more throughout the year. But at least we do make time for it once a year. And besides, homemade gifts are just so much more fun and personable. Alright, I'm going to get that dry because it's definitely going to need another coat. So let me know in the comments, do you guys decorate a lot for Christmas? Do you do, and the other question is, do you do handmade gifts for Christmas? 2 questions I would love to hear the answer to. Do you decorate for Christmas? Like, what amount do you decorate or do you not decorate? That would be a, you know, answer. It's fine. You just want to say yes, I decorate, or no, that's fine too. And then, do you do homemade gifts for Christmas presents? Quiet. I do every once in a while get to a point where I just don't know what to say. I like to put fillers in, guys. If you want to check out my website, thoughtsofTreasures.com, you know, there's a link tree on there if you want to check out my Amazon store. I have things like my pens, which I'll be using in a minute, my acrylic pens. I have, you know, crickets in there. I have printers in there. Now, please keep in mind, it's just, you know, just because I put them in there does not mean that's the only thing that you can shop through. If you use my link, you can directly go to Amazon, which takes you to Amazon. You can simply go to the search bar, start looking what you're actually looking for, and that causes Amazon to know, hey, she sent you here. So now if you go off and buy gumballs, I said gum, not gun, gumballs. Good Lord, that's all I need. Facebook hearing that. As an influencer, you know, that's they send me a little bit of a credit. That does not come out of your pocket. It just is something Amazon does. So I always say that is the best way to help out your creators. There's some big old clumpy stuff on there. We gotta get that off without a penny coming out of your pocket. Now, if you don't shop Amazon, not a problem. But my link tree is over on my page. Might have to do another code on that. We'll see. And then let's get back over here. My page has been, let me just tell you a little bit about my page. Maybe that'll be some filler while we're dipping and dabbing here. I have created my page just over 4 years ago now. The 26th of 2021. Think a minute, 26th. And we just hit our 4th year anniversary. So it's kind of amazing, kind of awesome to know. It doesn't feel like it's been 4 years, but it's been an amazing 4 years, and I'm ready for the next 4 as we continue on. I do a lot with the Cricut, the Glowforge, or the laser. That's the current laser I have. We are looking into a better one, or not. I won't say better. Let's not. I don't want to say better, because I really like the Glowforge. I have nothing against it. Some people are like, oh, blah, blah. Well, you know, there's different powers of the Glowforge. So if you go with the less expensive, yes, the littlest one, yes, is not made for, you know, doing much. So I do feel that, you know, with my craft business, the Glowforge is definitely not made or intended for mass production. It's intended for a hobby, and I cannot complain about it. It's done wonders for me. I definitely, you know, have felt that it has done what is needed to do, and it's easy to fix, it's easy to learn. So if you're looking to learn a laser, I'm all for it. I do have a link or a code that you can use if you're ever interested in purchasing one that will give you a discount. I mean, you can't always start at the top with things, because, you know, I really don't think that I would have started with anything bigger. Will I go bigger? Yes, that's probably in the coming future. So I said at this time, I have to mask my stuff. Would I have to mask with a different laser? I don't think so. Do I know that for a fact? No, I do not. But it's going to be a learning process. It's going to be fun, and I hope you all will be here along with the ride. So when I do get my new machine, it'll be something that, you know, we can learn together, or not together, but I can show you how the learning is going to be for me. Probably see pictures with my hair pulled out. Late nights of frustration. But I am a creature that loves the new toys, so the ones that are fun for crafting, so I definitely do have a problem. I am an addict to that, but it's okay. It's all good. All right, I think that's good. If I need to do another one, I'll get another thing out. We're gonna let that dry by itself. Next, I'm gonna do some green, which I am going to actually use. Let's see, where is it at? We're gonna use some Christmas green. Do I want to use Christmas green? Yeah, because I can put some white on it. We can always. I'm just trying to think if it was going to be too dark against the black, but well, we're gonna make do. Because I can always put some white to make it look like a little bit of snow on here. Try that. Did anybody hang mistletoe? I don't think I've ever hung any mistletoe for any reason. I mean, for Christmas, never. But I think this is going to be a cute sign. All right, good. And then I'm going to use. Actually, we're going to use Ancient Red for our berries. I was going to use the marker, but the marker kind of gives it a more like a brighter red. See, folk art paint is a lot thicker, so you gotta squeeze that sucker out. And if you need to thin it out, just add some water to it, but it gets very thick. Give us another coat. Just stuck my finger in the paint. And one more coat of red on here, and voila, just like that, all of it is painted. Now I am gonna go back. Let me dry it first. I don't want anything. I'm gonna use some white and just put some white on our greenery here. I'm gonna use my famous detailing pen. This thing is rock hard. That's the way I like it. Don't judge. Do not judge. But I purposely do that, so I never wash this brush out. I wipe it off, but I want it to be nice and hard so that when I'm doing this, it's like using a pencil. Don't judge. Just know it's a fact. Now, when I use this, I only use it for the white. If I want to use black for, if I have to detail anything with the black, then I will use another pointy brush like this. So I'm really just not really making any kind of sense with my lines. Just going around these little guys. Some are thick, some are thin. So it's kind of, oops, it's kind of just gives it a little bit of something. And guys, this is the cleaning process. Just take it and wipe it off. I know you should never not clean your brushes, but guess what? You do if you want it like that. Now, I'm just going to glue together. I might do something with that yet. All right, let's bring our board back over here. Now remember, there's holes up here for the top. We want to make sure that we use the top for that. There are no score marks, no placement marks here, so you're going to put it on however you want. We're going to know mistletoe is going to go at the bottom. I'm going to place everything first. This is going to go at the top. Does it matter how it goes? Yeah, let's do it this way. I don't think it really does. I'm going to put that right there in the center where those little holes are. This is going to go on top. I'm going to put that on this side, that on this side. Now, when you buy a kit from me, you will get an inspirational picture. That does not mean that's what you need to do. Put neat, and I don't know where we're going to put these. Hold on. Knee under. I think this just looks so amazing. Now, if you're one of those people that can't get things straight, you know what? Make it crooked. Then you can just I like that. See? Purposely do it, then it's intended that way. I like it that way, and I'm going to do it that way. I don't want it to be perfectly straight. I'm going to do just a little wiggly woggly. So, is that a good word? See, I'm telling you, I am the crafter who knows exactly the words. Nope. That way, if you do it on purpose crooked, now again, some people might have OCD, and that's just not going to be them. I feel if I try to do it straight and it's not straight, then it's going to be bugging the bejesus out of me. But if I do it crooked on purpose, then I'm fine. And I'm not OCD. But I'm going to be like, I've done many a shirts. When I first started, I've done many a shirts where I feel like I measured it out, I looked at it straight, everything's perfect, and then I turn around and I'm like, I'm looking at it going, that's crooked. That is so crooked, and I will redo the shirt. And I have. Let me get this on here. Now don't worry about the glue that comes out. We have a little bit of glue here. That's going to be fine. If you feel the need, just take your little brush, wipe some off. Just get yourself a little, don't use your good brushes. Use something, you know, maybe special, make a special brush for things like this, if that's what you need to do. Okay. We got it on that. Now again, I think I'm just going to I think I'm gonna do it just like that. So again, if you want to just, you don't need a whole lot of glue for this. I'm just rubbing some on. You can use a little makeup brushy thing. Show you what I have. I use these a lot. Little eye brushes. And what I'll do is I'll just put some glue on my table. I'll show you the next one. Hold on. This has got enough glue on it. And then just take a little bit, dab, 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 dab. This is wood glue. I mean, it sets up rather quickly. However, just like any other wood glue, you do need to let it give it the full 24 hours to really adhere. And again, if you are one that does not want the crooked letters, you can always, measure it out, make sure, draw a line there, not really like a visible line, but I just think it's special. I'm going to do the centerpiece first. Same thing. Just gonna. You don't need a whole lot on. You don't have to even put a lot. You don't have to put glue on every single little thing. This is really good glue. If you've never tried this, I do recommend. I like the size of the bottle. I've tried the other, and for other things, not just for this. For what is it, the lock type bond? Is that what it's called? I think it's what it's called. I can't think of the name offhand. It does a great job, but when you get that bigger bottle, by the time it gets empty, it's like you can't get anything out of it. And the nice thing about having the little silicone mat is the fact of you can just put your glue down there. And put it just like that. Get this one. I'm not going to put a bow on this. I'm not putting anything on here. We're just going to scrape some of this rest of this glue up off the table to put on our little berries, which we're going to put right there in the center. All right, and just like that, I'm just going to put that over here in my little water. I'm going to take my clean up my glue, put my glue lid back on, and then just simply wipe up my glue off the table. And if I feel there's any kind of glue glumps, just want to get them off. Like I said, this will dry clear. It's just when you have a huge glump of glue. Oh, isn't that awesome? That just looks good. And like I said, it's just not, I purposely did so you don't have to worry about it being so straight. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little hanger on it. I'm just going to use a little bit of wire. I know I'm probably going to put too much out, but I don't want a big hanger. I don't want a big hanger at all. This is very thin, very pliable. But we're just going to make a little itty bitty hanger. You know what I might do? I usually don't do it this way, but we're going to do it this way, because I want my connections to be in the back. Thinking for a second. trying to think a minute for, I'm trying to think a second, because I would like this to come into the back. But I don't want the things to be in the front. There's no way to do that. Okay. Well, then we're just going to do it the way we were doing it to begin with. So that our little hanger, because I don't want it to be where we're going to have our hanger at the top. So I'm just going to twist around a little bit. Do another time. Did you see what I was trying to do? And my hanger was coming out on the front. I don't want that, because then it's not flush. And I'm just using regular scissors to cut this. This is very thin wire. I do believe I have this wire also in my Amazon store. Anything that I use, I try to put in there. All right, let's get this over here. Like I said, I don't want a big hanger. I just want enough just to give you a little loop to I waste more wire than anything, but push this down just so it's not poking. See, now we have a hanger that's more in the middle. But there we go. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys, do you say this is farmhousey? I know it's definitely not your traditional kind of Christmassy sign, even though it's a Christmas saying, meet me under the mistletoe. But let me know what y'all think. I would love to hear what y'all have to say. But there you go. And if you're interested in the sign, type in mistletoe and I can get you the information. Remember, my live sales are every other Sunday. If you want to find the schedule, it's on my website, thoughtsofchargers.com, or on my Facebook page. It's pinned to the top. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate y'all being here. And remember, thoughts become things, things become treasures. And I will see you in the next video.